So in this video, I'm going to do brainstorming keyword research for a national company. The idea that I've come up with is a national bus company, so a bus company that covers, various routes across the states. This one specifically, I'm going to be doing keyword research as if for routes from Boston. But again, you can do this for any type of business, really. I'm going to use Google AdWords and also going to take a look at Ubersuggest. Google AdWords, if you've got a Google AdWords campaign, then you're just going to sign in and you're going to go to Tools and Settings, Keyword Planner, and then go to Discover New Keywords. If you don't have a Google AdWords account, then go and set one up. So go to ads.google.com and you will be able to set one up. Now, when they have a bit of an intro process or an onboarding process, so when you sign up, just go through the onboarding process as if you were setting up a campaign. So just pick any keyword, write any ad, and whatever. Just or skip it if you can. If there's an option to skip, just skip until you get to here. Until you get to like a dashboard where you can then click on this and go keyword planner, right? So I'm going to do this on an account that's actually spending money. So I'll be able to get the exact data. If your campaign isn't spending money, Google doesn't give you the exact data. It will give you like ranges. So like the keyword volume, it either says 0 to 100, 100 to 1,000, 1,000 to 10,000, and 10,000 to 100,000. So it'll give you the ranges. If you are spending money, they're much nicer, and they will give you, numbers on what your actual on what the search volume is. Okay, so just for this, again, it's a national one, so like that, I'm going to target the United States. So that's what I'm going to choose. So like I said, I've gone to Tools and Settings, Keyword Planner, come in, and I've chose the location as the United States, right? So my example here is the national company, but this specific portion is that they're going to look for routes from Boston. Or sorry, they're building routes from Boston. So again, no, like a national bus company might have routes from Boston and might have routes from New York, whatever else in between, right? So with this, we're going to just do keyword research for their routes from Boston. So what I will do is I'll come in here and I'm going to just type in some of the words. So like again, I'm going to brainstorm it. So like, what would I Google? So let's take the example of, let's say they've got a route from Boston to Providence and a route from Boston to New York. I will come in here and I will just literally brainstorm what I would actually search for. So I'll say Boston, Providence, bus from Boston to Providence. Boston, New York, bus from Boston, New York. It's cheap bus, Boston, New York. Cheap bus, Boston, Providence. All right. So then I'll click Get Results, and I get the results here. And then what I will do is I'll download the keyword is, and I prefer to work in Google Sheets. So with that, I will I'll create a Google Sheets file. So let me just pause this here and get out of here. So I'm just going to create a new folder for a national company. And I'm going to create a Google Sheet within that. And then the keyword ideas that I downloaded, I'm going to open that. And copy the whole thing. Paste it in. Google Sheets can be a little bit slower sometimes. So just one thing here is I'm going to paste this in. It might take a couple of seconds to do just because I've got about a million tabs open and because it's working online. So I'm just going to sit here awkwardly. All right, here we go. So now what I'll do, right, is I will name the sheet, so National Bus Company. So remember I was looking for stuff about the Boston to New York bus and multiplying across here, so I'm just going to close that. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'll get rid of pretty much all of these columns. And this guy. And then I'm just going to add a couple more there, right? So remember, I was looking for keywords around Boston to New York and Boston to Providence buses. So like what I'll do is I'll pretty much eyeball this and I will group them. So I'm just going to eyeball them and highlight the ones that I like the best. So I probably wouldn't pick this. I wouldn't pick this either because, like, you know, Greyhound is a bus company in the States, so I don't want to rank for that because my company isn't called Greyhound. Bus ticket. Again, you've got like another competitor here. I'm just going to try and find some more of the Providence ones. Peter Pan again, I know is another one that's a competitor. This one might be a good one too. All right, so like I've obviously very quickly gone through that. What I would do is in real life is I'd actually go and check every single one of them and highlight every single one of them. But for the purpose of time, so what I'll do then is I'll delete all the ones that I don't deem as being, you know, relevant. And then I'll group them. So like this now, there might, you know, there's probably a better way of doing this, a quicker way of doing this, or a more efficient way of doing this. But just for this one, so I do it, it just helps me to understand them. So again, I'm going to group the New York ones and I'm going to group the Providence ones. So now here I've got a keyword grouping. For each page. So now I can go ahead and use these when I'm creating my page. You know, no, and I'll cover, you know, the actual type of page that I create later. But like for example, here now I can see that my main keyword should be Boston to New York bus because it's the one with the highest search volume. I can see then some other supporting keywords that I could use. So I could say, you know, Boston to NY bus. That could be one of my subheadings. You know, I don't have it on there, but like a supporting keyword could be things to do in NYC or things to do in New York or whatever. Same story here, like, you know, might have an extra supporting section within the page. Would say getting to Boston Airport or, you know, something similar. So like, you know, in my example here, I've got a list. So like, let's say I needed to do this for all of these new routes. So that's what I'll do. I'll go into Google AdWords and I'll search for each one. And do it. Okay, so that's pretty much it. No, I'm going to give another example of a national company that I've thought of it just now. So like that's an example of a national company that's location specific. So it's a national company that operates across the country, but it's, you know, a lot of the stuff is relatively local. But what about like a national company that doesn't necessarily need to be local? So, for example, you might think of the likes of Verizon. So let's go and look at them actually. Um, so Verizon offer phones. So it's cell phones, mobile phones. Do they offer anything else like cable or anything like that? There's a lot of different things actually. But like, let's say for example, their main business or their core business is it's mobile phones. At one stage it was probably something else, but their core business is mobile phones. So again, you could use this process to look for like more general keywords. So what I'll do in that situation is I'll come back here. So let's say I've got a brand new mobile phone company or brand new mobile network. I'll come in here and let's say they operate in the United States, obviously, as I said. So I would put United States as the target country. And now let's say they offer mobile plans, cell phone plans. I'm just thinking of these aloud, obviously. So cell phone plans, mobile phone plans. What else could there be? Right, so again, I'd probably come up with a couple more ideas, but I just want to do this really quickly. So again, this is one where it's a national brand, but it's non-location specific. So again, download it. Just going to create a new tab here. And then I'm going to bring it back in here and download this. Open up. Copy it into my Google Sheet. And you don't have to go into Google Sheet. That's just the way that I like to do it because I just further layout and stuff like that. You can just do this directly in the Excel sheet as well. So you don't necessarily need to. And I'm just going to wait for this to paste. So I've pasted it in there and it's just frozen. It's getting kind of awkward now at this stage. Yeah, all right, grand. So again here, what I'll do is I'll delete all the other stuff. All right. So again, what I would do here is I just highlight what I see as being, useful. So like again, prepaid phones might be something that my company offers. I don't know, so I'm gonna go through it. I'll skip obviously my skip my competitors. And yeah, so look, I'm obviously going to cut this short. So my next step now would just be to delete all the other stuff that's non useful. Obviously, like I said, I would really actually go through all of these and eyeball them all to try and find the best keywords. But I don't have time to do that, and you don't have time to watch. Jeez, a lot of info on the sheet. No wonder it was so slow. Um, and then again, what I'll do is I'll break these down into different groupings. So, like, you'll have one for cell phone plans. You could have a separate group then for mobile. You could have a separate group for prepaid. And you could have another group then for deals. Just going to stick this with the cell phone ones. So again, like you'll have your various groupings here, and later you'll be coming up with content for these, and I'll show you how to identify what type of content should be created or whatever. But just at this stage, you're going to stick them and group them all together, put them in buckets, call it whatever you want. Excuse me. But yeah, so you've got everything there that you need. Now again, like that, my company might also sell cell phones. So again, I might have a separate page for iPhone 7. I might have a separate page for iPhone 8. So I'll do that for all of those different things. But just in this case, I was looking for the specific stuff around plans and deals and stuff. So that's what I'm doing here. Another thing that you can do, or another tool that you can use, is Uber Suggest. It's a free tool. Um, Free keyword research tool. It was just Uber Suggest, and then Neil Patel bought it from them, so now it's on Neil Patel's site. But again, here, what I could do is I could brainstorm my ideas, choose the country that I want to check for, and then get some keyword ideas. So what it'll do is it'll tell me the keyword volume for the keyword that I've suggested, and then it will also give me some alternatives to use. So again, same story here. You could view all keyword ideas and then try and download them. I think you can download them. As far as I know, it's free to do, or at least it was. Let's see if you still have to pay. All right, so I have to sign up, but it's still free. The other thing you could do is just copy and paste them like that. So you could just go copy, paste it into your sheet, copy, paste into your sheet. But again, the main thing here is that you want to try and find keywords with good search volumes. Because again, if the volume is 10, then there's no point in doing it on a national level. Like you're going to try and find keywords with good search volumes, and then you're going to try and create pages for them. Create pages for them to rank. So like there's two different ways of doing that there. You've got Ahrefs and you've got Uber Suggest. Both of them are free. Like I said, you've got AdWords and Uber Suggest. Like I said, with AdWords, if you're not spending money on the campaign, then it won't give you the exact numbers, but it'll still give you good ranges, and you can go by the ranges and like that as well. You could always just, if you see one with a range here, you could just stick it into Uber Suggest and get a kind of better idea of the actual number. But again, these are all pretty useful. So again, what I'll do is I'll brainstorm all these things, and then I'll have a different tab for each theme. So like my theme here, I might have a separate page for like cell phone. I might have a separate page for mobile phone. I might then using Verizon as the example. They've got a shop, so like again, they've pages for smartphones, accessories, whatever. They've got a page for plans. They've got pages for deals. So I don't necessarily need to go that deep yet, but again, think about what you offer, and then think about the fact that you probably would need to create a different page for each one. So, like if you're a national company and you're selling X, Y, and Z, then you're going to need to do keyword research for X, keyword research for Y, keyword research for Z. Do them all separately. All right.